The year 2021 saw wildfires in North America and floods in Europe, droughts in Africa, and torrential rains in Eastern Asia. Many of these extremes were due to the effects of climate change, which most scientists agree is caused primarily by human activity. The United Nations Paris Agreement on Climate Change was drawn up to address these issues. The agreement was adopted in 2015 by 196 member countries, but some signatories had reservations. Turkey's carbon emissions are historically low, and the country's president believes that its financial responsibilities should be proportionate.
Whoever has done the most damage to nature, to our atmosphere, our water, our soil, and the earth, and whoever has wildly exploited natural resources should also make the greatest contribution to the fight against climate change.
Under the Paris Agreement, developed countries are responsible for providing the majority of the funds, as well as the necessary technology needed to fight climate change to developing countries. The Turkish parliament finally ratified the agreement in October, noting, however, that it considers itself a developing country, contrary to the agreement's categorization of it. Ratification of the Paris Agreement has readied the country to take its place alongside other signatories in the fight against climate change. Delegations came together again at the 26th Conference of the Parties, or COP26, in November to create a new accord, one that particularly addressed the need to phase away from fossil fuels and set greenhouse gas emission limits to prevent planetary warming from worsening. The resulting agreement, the Glasgow Climate Pact, met a mixed reception. The UN Secretary-General and leading climate activists criticized the deal for not going far enough, while others reasoned that despite its shortcomings, the agreement is nonetheless a step in the right direction.
And of course, there's still a long way to go before we can say we've dealt with climate change. But the great news is, together, the world has made some important breakthroughs. We've kept alive the hope of restricting the growth in temperatures to 1.5 degrees. And we've made huge progress on coal, cars, cash, and trees.
While the goal is to limit global heating to 1.5 degrees Celsius, carbon-cutting pledges made under the Pact will only limit it to 2.4 degrees. World leaders have agreed to meet again next year to pledge further cuts to greenhouse gas emissions and to strengthen already agreed-to targets. Climate advocates hope next year's action plan will go even further and that all signatories will fulfill their promises under the agreement. If they don't, it's likely we'll only see an increase in global heating and extreme weather events across the world. Rumeysa Kalin Karabulut, TRT World, Ankara.